They say a fixed salary is security, but many cages have golden doors. A monthly salary seems like protection, but it can prevent you from building freedom. Today, I'll show you the monthly salary trap, how it works, why it traps you, and what decisions you can make to break it and create real security. Every month, you enter the same cycle: produce work, put in hours, receive a number. That number covers basics and offers comfort, but the structure ensures you repeat this cycle eternally. This predictability makes it easier for companies and the economic system to function. You become a cog in a machine, defined by what you produce in 8 hours. The psychology of salary, what it does to your mind. Monthly income shapes your thoughts, prioritizing bills, avoiding risks, and maintaining routine. This creates a survival mindset, not a creation mindset, leaving you to plan based on payday, not opportunities. This mindset prioritizes stability over growth and associates security with employer dependence. It develops risk aversion and promotes consumption habits over investment and savings. Worst of all, it makes you reactive, expecting resources rather than being proactive or creative. Those who create wealth. Those who react, consume it. True story: Anna and the paycheck that kept her up at night. Anna had a stable job, but felt empty. Her salary security paralyzed her from pursuing her own ideas. Thoughts of starting a business brought fears. What if I lose my income? My family won't support me. A 20% salary cut made her feel vulnerable, but also woke her up. She studied digital marketing, offered freelance services, and built a client portfolio that paid 30% of her extra salary in 6 months. Within a year, her passive income equaled her salary. This change forced her to redesign priorities, turning money into a tool, not a goal. Why salary seduces you? Salary seduces by reducing short-term anxiety, providing peace of mind that everything is fine. Culture and education condition us to value stability, with society repeating, find a good job, security, payroll, benefits. There's nothing wrong with this, unless your salary becomes your sole life plan. Another trap is work identity. Your job becomes your cover letter, defining who you are. If your identity is tied to your job, the idea of taking risks generates resistance to change. Salary versus freedom. The difference between active and passive income. Active income is what you earn for your time, like an hourly wage or monthly salary. Passive income is what your system earns for you, such as investments or businesses that operate without your presence. Salary is active income with a ceiling, your time. To earn more, you must work more or increase your hourly rate. Building assets, however, allows you to earn when not working, breaking dependency. Concrete examples of people who broke out of the trap. Luis, a logistics employee, noticed companies lacked organization. He started a consulting firm, then created software to automate tasks, freeing his income from his hours. Marta, a freelancer, created design packages, templates, and a course instead of charging hourly. She automated sales with a website, and now each course sold generates passive income. Andres, a disciplined investor, dedicated 5% of his salary to index funds each month. 10 years later, compound interest transformed this habit into a solid cushion. These aren't miracles, but consistent decisions viewing salary as a seed, not a prison. What you need to understand: real security versus apparent security. A salary offers apparent security, but real security is flexibility, multiple income streams, and control over your time. It's about sustaining yourself if one income drops. Real security requires redundancy and conscious decisions. Breaking the salary trap requires changing your mindset and building robust systems. First, mindset. See your salary as a tool, not an end. Accept initial discomfort like less spending and more learning. Decide your security depends on you, not just your employer. Then focus on systems. Develop an automatic savings habit. Start small business or investment experiments you can measure, then focus on repetition and scaling. Here's a practical 12-step plan designed to be executed starting today. Each step includes a micro exercise for 24 to 72 hours. Step 1. Honest audit, 72 hours. Record 60 days of expenses and cash flows. Where does your salary truly go? Use a spreadsheet, app, or notebook. Stop relying on memory. The result will be a clear map of your cash leakage. Step 2. Minimum anti-scare fund, 30 days. If you don't have one, create one. Start with $200 to $500. Automatically save a set amount every 2 weeks. Allocate 50% of extra income to this fund. Step 3. Automatic savings/investment, starting today. Set up an automatic transfer of 5 to 10% of your salary to a separate account or brokerage. Automation overcomes temptation, ensuring consistent progress towards financial goals. Step 4. Reduce illusion consumption, 7 days. Identify 3 social signal expenses like subscriptions or frequent outings. Reduce or eliminate one this week. Redirect saved money to investment or learning, fostering real growth. Step 5. Educate yourself, 30 to 90 days. Choose one in-demand skill like sales or digital marketing. Commit 20 to 30 minutes daily to learning. Apply the 90-10 rule, 90% practice, 10% theory. Step 6. Micro MVP, 30 days. Validate a small idea you can offer for a short time. This could be a consultation, template, or mini class. Sell one unit and adjust. Focus on real sales, not perfection. Step 7. Reinvest profits, months 2 to 6. If you earn additional income, reinvest it strategically. Allocate 50% for growth, 30% for savings or investment, and 20% for debt repayment or a reserve fund. Step 8. Automate and delegate, months 3 to 9. Once your MVP has traction, document processes and automate. Utilize cloud tools, virtual assistants, or templates so your income isn't 100% dependent on your direct effort. Step 9. Gradual diversification, months 6 to 24. Don't put everything into one project. Keep your job if needed. Open 2 to 3 secondary income sources like freelance work, digital products, or passive investing. Step 10. Debt control immediately. Tackle high-interest debt first. Avoid new consumer debt. Use the avalanche or snowball technique to systematically eliminate debt. Step 11. Protection, months 6 to 12. As income increases, protect your assets with insurance and legal measures. Insure health insurance, basic insurance, and minimum legal protection for any business. Step 12. Phased exit plan, 6 to 36 months. Define when you will reduce work hours. For example, when passive income covers 50% of expenses. Set measurable financial milestones for your transition. Now for a commitment exercise. Stop the video for 60 seconds and write, what is your net monthly income today? How much could you set aside today without real pain? For example, $5, $10, 1%, or 5% of your income. What small skill could you learn for 20 minutes a day this week? Write these 3 answers, then return. This small commitment is the beginning of the practice that will keep you out of the salary trap. If you fear job loss due to entrepreneurial spirit, negotiate wisely. Don't quit without experimenting first. Start with hours outside of work. Automate income creation before taking the plunge into full-time entrepreneurship. If pitching a project internally, sell it as a value-adding solution, not a threat to your role. If your employer lacks flexibility, keep evidence of additional income for 6 to 12 months before reducing hours. Cautionary tale, the case of the salary that traps out of pride. Javier had a high-ranking position and a comfortable salary, but lived beyond his means, maxing out credit cards and accumulating debt. When the company restructured, Javier kept his job, but the experience made him realize his luxury could vanish. Years later, without savings, his lifestyle collapsed. Unlike others, Javier never used his salary as a seed for growth. Learning this late was emotionally costly. Let's debunk common salary myths. Myth 1. A stable salary is the most secure. True security includes having alternatives. Myth 2. I need a salary to start investing. No, you can start with automated micro-investments. Myth 3. Only successful entrepreneurs escape. Many professionals build passive income while employed by reinvesting. Myth 4, I don't have time to learn. You do if you prioritize 20 to 30 minutes daily. Now, let's explore how to use your salary to accelerate independence with a concrete template. Here's a monthly template based on percentages of your take-home pay, implementable today. 50% for essential expenses like rent, food, and bills, forming your budget's foundation. 20% for automatic savings and investment directed into brokerage accounts or separate funds. 10% for education and tools, including courses, books, and essential software. Another 10% goes towards reinvestment in your side project, covering advertising, hosting, and supplies. Allocate 5% to an anti-scare fund or immediate reserve, providing a safety net. And finally, 5% for responsible leisure time, ensuring you avoid burnout. Adjust percentages to your reality, but automate the 20% plus 10% so it goes out without you even seeing it. Let's look at concrete strategies to generate your first source of income outside of your salary. First, a skill-based freelance service. Identify what you know others would pay for. Create a simple offer, like 1 hour of consulting, and contact 10 potential clients this week. Next, a minimal digital product. Create a 10-page guide or template and sell it on platforms or Instagram. Consider microinvestment. Apply automatic savings to index funds or ETFs accessible in your country. Explore affiliates or commissions. Talk about products you use and earn commissions for referrals. Finally, subcontracting or outsourcing. If demand exists, hire someone at low cost to execute while you scale. Now, let's identify the warning signs. When your salary has you trapped without you noticing. You feel guilty about leaving your job even if you hate it. This emotional attachment can be a trap. You cancel plans because you can't take the risk. Fear of change holds you back. Your identity is completely tied to your position. Your job defines who you are. You lack an emergency fund and live paycheck to paycheck, creating constant financial stress. You have accumulated consumer debt with no repayment plan, which can quickly spiral out of control. If you identify with these, don't judge yourself. Take action. First, information, then decision. Let's address common obstacles and how to overcome them with practical tactics. Fear of losing benefits like healthcare or pension. Keep your job while developing a backup source for a gradual transition. Limited time. Use micro habits like 20 minutes before bed, 30 minutes in the morning, or 25-minute Pomodoro blocks. Lack of capital. Start with services not requiring investment, leveraging your knowledge, or begin with automatic micro-investment. Family criticism. Share a clear plan, not vague ideas, and ask for a trial period. Evidence reduces resistance. Let's outline a 180-day plan for an accelerated roadmap to financial independence. Days 1 to 30. Audit finances, set up 5 to 10% automatic savings, and choose a skill to develop. Days 31 to 90. Train intensively 20 to 40 minutes daily, create your first minimum viable product, and make your initial sale. Days 91 to 180. Focus on scaling the MVP, automating processes, reinvesting profits, and creating a second income source. Goal by day 180. Have at least one additional stable source contributing 20 to 30% of your current salary or a scalable plan to achieve this. Weeks 1 to 2. Conduct market research by having 10 conversations with potential clients. Weeks 3 to 4. Create your MVP, whether it's a guide, a 60-minute mini course, or a template. Month 2. Validate your offering by selling to 10 to 20 people at a reduced price and adjust content based on feedback. Month 3. Automate sales through a landing page and organic ads. Reinvest profits in advertising. Likely outcome: 0 to $500 to $2,000 in revenue in months 2 to 3 if the proposal is clear and valued. If you decide to propose a reduction in hours or flexibility at your current job, approach it strategically. Open with value. I want to propose a way to increase my productivity at the company. Show data. I have identified X processes that I can optimize, and this could increase efficiency Y%. Offer a 3-month trial. If we don't see an improvement in 3 months, we'll return to the current setup. Negotiation becomes collaboration when you present solutions, not demands, shifting the dynamic. Measure your progress. Track monthly passive income, percentage of salary saved or invested, and weekly project hours. Also, monitor client numbers, monthly sales, and the reduction of toxic debt. Measure every 30 days and celebrate small milestones. Consistency is key. The salary trap is powerful, combining psychology, social structure, and habits, making it a complex challenge. Breaking out doesn't require a heroic act, but rather a set of small, repeated decisions. These include automating savings, learning a skill, validating an offer, reinvesting profits, and diversifying income. What separates you from financial freedom isn't your job, but the absence of a plan that uses your salary as a springboard. If this video opened your eyes, don't let it be just excitement. Decide something now. Set aside 1% of your salary this month. Learn 20 minutes a day. Sell one thing this week. Small decisions create huge results over time. Start your journey today. Remember, a salary can be apparent security or the first source of freedom. You decide which that will be. Today you have the information. Tomorrow, the decision.